It was a bright, sunny, happy day in the island of Saber. All the engines were working together. Gordon was pulling the express, Thomas was running his branch line, James was vainly admiring his reflection in the mirror factory, Edward was busy moping in a goods shed, and Henry had decided to go to the forest for no particular reason. Everything is just dull, 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 he sighed to his non-existent driver. Everyone seems to be acting a lot differently than they used to nowadays. Still I still have my favorite trees to talk to. Old oak, weeping willow, perfect palms, strange glowing in the darkest depths. Suddenly, Henry stopped. Wait a minute, that was odd, there's no palm trees in the forest. He went back and tried to find the palm tree just to make sure. Instead he came across the strange glowing tree in the darkest depths of the forest and felt strangely drawn towards it. Ooh, he odd. I've never seen this tree before. What type is it, I wonder? It be a magic wishing tree, said an ominous spooky voice from nowhere. Legend has it that whosoever wisheth on that tree shall get their wish come true. Henry looked around him, in both excitement and nervousness. Oh, a wishing tree, eh? Do you think it might grant my wish? Asked Henry hopefully. It might, said Terence, coming from behind the tree, but then again, what do I know? I'm just a background character. Then what were you doing over there? Well, we had to get this story moving somehow, don't we? And Terence chugged crossly away. So Henry decided to have a go. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and said, I wish that I had an ice cream. Suddenly, no sooner had Henry spoken, than an ice cream came out of nowhere and landed in his buffer bin. Core. It really works. Henry decided to have another go. I wish that, whenever I say now, Duck would think he is a chicken. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Anyway, when Henry got home, ironically all the other engines were there waiting, as they couldn't care at all about their work whatsoever. He looked very pleased with himself. What are you so unusually cheery about? Grunted Gordon. I know something you don't know, sang Henry mockingly. What? Asked Thomas, interested. What are you talking about, Henry mockingly? Well, Thomas, interested, Henry grinned. It just so happens that I came upon the legendary wishing tree. A mysterious tractor told me that it can make all your wishes come true. So? Asked Duck. I never knew you spoke Chinese, inquired Percy, with as much IQ as a moldy load of bread. Henry saw his chance. Smiling broadly again, he said out loud, well, Duck couldn't speak Chinese until now. Then Duck felt all peculiar. Ooh. All of a sudden, I've got this urge to sit on Farmer Mockle's barn and attempt to crow. So saying, he puffed away, clucking. The others watched with puzzlement. What was that about? That was what I wished for, Henry explained, that Duck would act like a chicken. I also wished for an ice cream. Rubbish, snorted James. No, look, cried Thomas, there, in Henry. An ice cream. He must be telling the truth. Well, I'll be. So it is, exclaimed Gordon. Where was this tree again? Asked James, taking a sudden liking towards Henry. In the darkest depths of the forest. Why? Oh, nothing. I've got to go and do stuff, James added, slowly rolling out of the shed. Me too. Thomas rolled after him, half an inch quicker. Then, before Henry realized it, everyone else had scampered away in a twinkle of an eye, all except Percy, who only realized what everyone else was up to 3 hours later. The next day, Henry decided to go back to his forest and wish for another ice cream and some hands to eat it with, when he got a shock. That's funny, I've never seen a huge crowd here before, right where the wishing tree is. As he came nearer, however, he began to catch into what was going on. Everyone had been there since yesterday and were wishing, as if the world was coming to an end. First he heard Thomas, I wish that I could take over the series. And in a flash,